Over there it is. All right. Hey, how you doing? Try not to bump the table because the table's wobbly. I don't feel like making it any tighter. Did you know if you put coffee, protein powder, a little bit of cinnamon, a touch of cayenne, almost like an Aztec or Mexican chocolate. In the back, you can hear me making more coffee because it's delicious and I love it. Put this over here gently, gently. All right. Follow up from my other video, if you would. Make sure your back's straight. Don't hunch over. All that stuff. It's weird when you're looking at yourself. So, my other video, I asked, where do you go to get local knowledge when you're sober? That led me to some interesting comments and a few people posting or sending me messages, private messages, and saying, hey, look, you could always go to a Muslim country. I could. I have nothing against it, but I know Muslims who drink. I know Rastafarians who drink. I know Christians who drink. I know some Christians say they shouldn't drink, some Christians who say they don't, and vice versa. It's all good stuff. Hey, you know what? I'm not judging you. I'm just saying alcohol is around, and that's okay. I just don't want it. Now, I'm not getting on that bandwagon. I'm just saying for those who might not want to go to a bar, not want to put themselves in a situation where their addictions and their challenges are always slammed in their face. And that's okay. They shouldn't have to. You know, we just went through uh, the Grenada Juve. Juve. Actually, it should be Juve. Big celebration where everybody They don't pronounce the J hard. Beginning like we have it's Jack, celebration at the we end of emancipation. Jill, we have they put oil all over their bodies. Juliet, remembrance of Gilles, back when Jean, there was slavery Jack. And all that stuff. Crazy things. It's a lot of energy. It's that J isn't pronounced, just like some people don't pronounce that H put together. Well, the H is completely lost in some languages. The J is more of a J. Some people like to be in the middle. So whatever your thing is, it's your jam. So I have a video on that too. I was going to spin that into where I was going, but somehow I just totally got diverted. Anyway, I'm keeping it in there. We're going to keep it. So going back to the sobriety thing, things I do to get local knowledge that you might want to get. So one, it's going to be, I'm going to talk about a couple of books, cruising guides. You'll see that video in a minute. It's good. I get information from cruising guides, destination guides. I heard one, Jen, the girl next to us who's anchored or tied up over here. Not she's tied up, her boat's tied up. She actually has a whole guide book on everything to do with sailing, which is really cool. Haven't heard of it, need to get it. I also use apps. You're going to see in a bit, I'm going to show you a couple of apps. I'll say them real quick now. Navly, Sea People, No Foreign Land. All three of those apps, awesome. They help me decide my routes, where I'm going, where I might want to anchor. Besides that, I use ChatGPT. Now, I know some people hate chat. Some people are like, it's evil. It's here. Doesn't matter. It's like any new generation. It's here. It's now. One thing I do like about it, it can number crunch quickly and accurately. You can put a lot of things to make it double check itself. You can be very clear in it, but you have to watch out for hallucinations. And that's what they call it when they're wrong, when they just want to make the knowledge available that isn't there. So things I use it for, things I can get information for, I can double check very quickly. Weather. It can quickly give me a 3-day weather forecast from my precise location. Excellent. It can quickly crunch miles, gasoline, diesel, whatever numbers I need crunching, energy output. It can do that quickly. It remembers the specs of my boat. You know, so I go through, I'll get chat rolling, I'll ask it a bunch of questions, I'll read my destinations guide, make sure that information matches, and I'll talk to local sailors. I was just thinking of this today too, and we'll put that out there, but talking to the fishermen where they're selling fish about the areas you got. I said it before, and he was so funny. Good, I would say a good friend, a guy I met, Gil. Talked to him, likable guy. He said it best. Most people only do 50% of their boat, meaning they only use it up to 50% of it to play it safe. Out of that, the biggest danger is land. Stay away from land. Your boat will handle most things fine as long as you don't throw it into awful weather. I know people will say, but this one time, good for you, good for that one time. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about here now and the weather I have at this time here. Okay. And what I can project for. I'm going to run into rough seas, and hopefully I'm as prepared as I can be. So, anyway, here are the books I like. Here are the videos I like. And if you like it, give me a like and a follow. Hopefully one day it'll pay the bills. Oh my gosh, my camera always flips back and forth, so we're going to do that one more time. But anyway, routes and cruises. Actually, right now we're looking at world cruising routes. If you plan on going anywhere around the world more than a couple of seas, I like this book. I would suggest it. I think it's good to have. Any sailor should have. Anyway, you have your routes, you have your best time, your tropical storms, your guides for going through there, you know, the best routes from Miami, cut, and it'll give you the actual coordinates you need to know where you're going and what to look for when you head there. So as a reference, as something, if you have no more electricity or you're just trying to save electricity, you want to check out the route and read it beforehand, I can't say these books enough. This is the 3rd edition. I believe they're on a higher edition now, but this is what was available for me in Grenada. So, and of course, this is the 9th edition, I believe. Is it 9th edition? So the routes are the routes, but it's the local knowledge, as we said before. Getting to point A to point B isn't bad. And I heard from a sailor guild, who's actually an architect in England, who said land is your biggest danger when sailing. You know, meaning running ashore, grounding that boat, running on coral, all that good stuff. This is Sea People. Do follow their site a bit, and I follow a lot of people. But here's another one. Maybe I don't know how to use this as much, but I really didn't find it. I haven't dived into it, so I'm not going to say good or bad about it. I haven't dived into it. A lot of people use it. A lot of people tend to like it as well, too. So let me get this little guy out of my way so I can see it. And you can download the app and all that good stuff. So they have an app out there that are a bunch of people sharing what they do. They have a membership. It's free. You can buy the membership, but as you can see, there's a lot you can do, and there's a lot of people you can talk to. I'm probably not on this app as much because I'm more on No Foreign Land, and I'm also on Navily quite a bit, and that tends to get what I need. But hey, if you use Sea People, hit me up. I'll jump on there, show me what I'm missing, and then I'll do a little thing on there because I'm not gatekeeping or anything. I want the easiest information to get the safest routes and stuff we need. So I'm sure Sea People works very similar, but let's look at this anyway. Let's come over here to our Navily idea. Now I'm already logged in here. You got to sign up and log in. And here we're at Partit Martin. And sometimes getting this to be where you need it to be is not the easiest thing. So I got something in my way here. I'm going to move this way out of my way. Let's get that right down there so I can barely see it. Search, let's say Martinique, La Marin. I only say that because I've been there. So, but sometimes you got to find those anchorages you want. There it is, right there. We can see it as our Google results. We should have an anchorage over here as well, too. So, here we go. Here's where you can find out. You have different codes. I'll let you discover those all on your own. As you can see, green really good, red not so good, yellow as it is. This is an actual marina. If I click on it, it'll tell me about that marina. But what I like about this, and this works the same in No Foreign Land, so I bounce back between these two a lot just to confirm information. It'll tell you all kinds of good information, give you pictures, stuff like that. You have all that. So when to reserve, when not. It'll tell you your draft and all that good stuff, what channel you need. And if they change a channel, people will say that in the comments, tell you what they have available, what they do, and the weather forecast in that area. Now, they also have in here, which I absolutely adore, is this, because I use OpenCPN a lot, and we'll jump on that a bit, but there are the coordinates, so you can see exactly where it is. So if you're using OpenCPN or any other navigation system, you can do that as well. So you have all that good information in there. Isn't that cool? And the community's opinion. This is invaluable. What's good? Nothing much to report. Oliver, welcoming. Very well-equipped marina, excellent tradesmen, and they are good tradesmen there. That's where we're getting some of our work done, so that's probably why I'm going over there. So you have all that in there, and then you also have your ratings. And you can go through and read all the ratings. You can do it by date. I like to do it by date or latest. And then you can see what's good, what's bad, if there's more stuff in there that you need. Now, besides Navily, which I do enjoy quite a bit, we do have No Foreign Land, and you can download this as an app as well too. Everything I'm showing you is an app except for the books. So No Foreign Land, and I thought this was cool before too. And a good friend of mine showed me this. Well, that's not the one I want. Let's go back here. And then you have all, you can go to all places, boats, users, that sort of thing. On the app itself, I'm wondering if I can probably screenshot the app and record it. Let me pause my recording real quick here. And pause, stop. All right, so I actually had to Google it because on your app in the upper right-hand corner, and I can't show it on here, so I don't know where to find it. So somebody else knows, please let us know. But when you click this button on the app, it'll bring you to a thing called sailing guides, which I didn't know until Jean showed me it. What sailing guides will give you is actual sailing guides, much like the cruising destinations. Remember, these are free of the area you want. So if I want sailing guides about Martinique, I can come over here and it'll say, hey, at a glance, it gives me all this information, shows me where it is, what the main attractions are, places to stay, anchorages, and all that good stuff. So here are more sailing guides, port services. Now, these aren't the guides like how to get in there so much, but from here you could probably find your way. You also have facts for visitors, off time, maritime history. So just a little blurb about the area itself as you're going through there. Any clearances you need, all that stuff. It is great information here. So you do have sailing guides as well too. But here now, if I want to zoom in and let's just say I want to check out, let's say this dock. I come over here, click on this dock. It's going to come up over here. So I just clicked on that dock. These are all the other boats that are out there as well too. So, and I'll show you mine. And I'm just zooming here. We're just going to keep zooming because it's not going to give me information now that it did that. All right, awesome. Let's back up. There we go. So it took me a while, forgive me. Oh, that's where I'm at right now. So this is the Grenada Yacht Club. So anyway, if you want to know all about it, any warning, very welcoming, warning. Why is it warning us? Jeepers, I don't know. Anyway, so description, warning, Grenada uses the all-LA system. So red buoys are on, and it'll tell you what side your buoys are on and all that as well too. You're sure we're going to move. I scrolled. No active board community. It'll give you a little link to where they're at and all that good stuff in there as well too. And you notice here we have photos and reviews, and that's the same as we have in Navily as well too. But this is what I go through. I go through all the reviews and I look at the date and then what they're going through and how they are. Now, some may be converted. You know, electricity and water may not be working properly, and that was back a year ago, which I heard that problem. They've fixed a lot of those issues since then. So it's one of those things where you got to take the reviews in, who's in there, who's not. I don't think I like that one the best. That's not the best one I wanted to go to anyway. I notice sometimes it'll do its best to match, but sometimes it doesn't get you right to where you want to go. Which is from, oh, there's an Ace Hardware store over there. They'll look at that. So anyway, as we get done there, let's zoom in. Where are we at? Doing things to record. I know we're here. Let's go here. All right, so you have your different reviews. You have 14 reviews, and you can see the stars listed on there. Now, you notice some of my things have hearts. That's actually me. Not that I want to go through that. Oh, that's Jenny's. Oh, those are friends of ours who we see over there. So we're actually this one, I believe. Is that us? Are we there? There. Nice. So that is us. Here we are hanging out, doing our thing. So a little blurb about us, any photos we have, stuff like that. We share. It's community based, so you have all that out there. So everybody has that. So yeah, that's that. It's no foreign land. You can find out reviews on stuff. You can see where to eat. You can get little reviews on where to eat, any photos of the food that's out there. So going back to what I said before, so we have Navali, we have no foreign land, and then as well, I believe we have Sea People. What are these last articles? Oh, there we go. And then Sea People as well. I use all those apps. I'm sure there's other ones out there. If you have some, please share them with us. We'll go from there. So books, apps, and once again, talk to your neighbors as you saw before on our benchmark here. We have neighbors, and I've talked to all of them. Well, most of them. I shouldn't say I've talked to everybody. I've talked to those who'll talk to me. I can be a strong personality at times, but you ask questions about, hey, where's this? Where's that? Also, the dock masters. As we come through, you can give them a call. You have their phone number, their VHF, their email. Not everybody's hip on email. Some people work slowly on email. Some people do not. However, if you give them a call, contact them, ask them the best ways to come in, the best ways to approach, that sort of thing, you'll find out awesome amounts of information. I remember when we were looking back in Sarasota, we'll go way over to Sarasota now that we have your attention here. Go all the way back. I could type it in. Let's just even type in Twin Dolphins because we were going to stay there. So let's say Twin Dolphins, and that is in, Bradenton. Did I spell Bradenton wrong? I know. All right. Let's see what we got here. All right, Twin Fin. Sometimes it'll get it, sometimes it will not. That's the one thing I've noticed I've had challenges with here. We have International, Bradenton Beach, all that. So sometimes it is easier just to go right where you know. Everybody knows your name. Nope, that's not what I want to do. And Twin Dolphin should be right around. Where is it? Here? Is that it? Twin Dolphin, that's it. But it'll tell you all the information about coming there. So if you're debating whether you're staying in Twin Dolphins or staying at Sailor Jack's or whatever that is, the marina in Sarasota, it'll tell you how to get in there. Because a lot of people said, hey, you could sail all around here or here. But I actually asked two sailor buddies I'm good friends with. They're like, you know what? Stay down here. It's just easier to enter everything and get in and out. So I don't know if that's the right place where I wanted to click. But anyway, it would have been over here. You can keep your boats and such like that. You have different things all over there. So anyway, that's what I do for local knowledge without having to move solely to a country that doesn't drink. Not that I'd mind. I just want to travel everywhere. So if you have questions, comments, concerns, I'll break down a video later on how I actually plot out a course when we head back to Martinique next month. I'll put that on one of the weekly reviews because I got to go through that anyway and show you how I get there. Anyway, I just got done sharing with you the things I do to go over and check out local knowledge. Sometimes you just don't get what the fishermen say. And sometimes I think even going out, talking to the fishermen and asking them questions works. You might have to buy some fish, but hey, cook everything. It's delicious. I'm making a side note on that one before too, because there's a good thing about that. But anyway, going back to what I'm saying, we have the wonderful books, the cruising books, World Guide to Cruising Routes, and also its companion, the World Cruising Destinations. These are awesome. I've shared those with you. They're worth the money. Buy them, beg for them, borrow them, or go thrift shopping for them. Either way, get them if you're sailing around the world. So the books are good. We talked about apps, and there's a lot of apps out there. I covered 3. You might have others that work well as long as you're getting the information you want. Hey, who cares? And a lot of people have their own apps going back and forth. These aren't the NLBLs. Sometimes going into port, I've had to get their app after looking at them, and they'll say it. Between Navali, No Foreign Land, and Sea People, 3 apps you can definitely go out, get They're free. There's a premium for them if you want, but free. But the free stuff gives you everything you need. So contribute to them. Routes, guides, reviews, who to talk to, who the taxi people are, who's a con man, who's not a con man, woman, what have you, where to avoid. Those reviews are invaluable. That's what I check out. I tend to hang out mainly in Navily and No Foreign Land, see where I'm going, get my location, put it into OpenCPN. From OpenCPN, I make my courses, and that's how I plot my course, and I'll make a whole video on that coming up. So we talked about that. What else did we talk about? Chat GBT, chat models. One thing I do, I have Starlink. Good, bad, or indifferent. I'm not an expert sailor. I am doing the best I can. I'm fair. By fair means I know where my lines are. Well, by know where my lines are, I know how to find stuff that's broke. That's fair. I forgot where I was going with that so much. Oh my gosh. No man's land. Lost my train of thought. We're going to pause the video right there.